I injected myself with 18 deadly viruses, because on exam day, a blood rain hit the world. Anyone with a disease awakens superpowers based on their virus. Cold and fever? You got fire manipulation that devours everything. Pink eye? You shoot laser beams that cut through anything. Even my classmate with a corn on his foot awakened as a freaking dancer. In my past life, I was a pharmaceutical researcher, perfectly healthy, which made me total trash in this world. Now, reborn before the apocalypse, I immediately injected multiple viruses into my body. As the last virus went in, the doctor stared at me. Mr. Chen, you now have 18 different terminal diseases in your body. I'm very sorry to say, you don't have much time left. Ha ha ha, Dr. Zhang, you got it all wrong. I've never felt better in my life. Walking out of the hospital, the streets were packed with traffic. It was exam day, anxious parents waiting everywhere. Everything looked so peaceful. Who would have thought in just minutes this would become hell on earth? I zipped up my jacket. Even though it's June, 18 viruses were battling inside me. My temperature spiked to 104 degrees, then dropped to freezing. This torture would kill anyone else, but it made me shake with excitement. Isn't that Chen Mo, the nerd from our class? I turned around to see two faces I wanted to rip apart. Xiao Qiang, rich brat, who bullied everyone with his daddy's money. Li Man, my ex, now clinging to Zhao Qiang's arm, all lovey-dovey. What, feeling sick? Not taking the exam? Coming to the hospital instead? Looking at your face. Is there something seriously wrong with you? Babe, ignore him, he reeks of medicine. Chenmo, we're done. I'm with Chang now. Faking sick for sympathy won't work. I didn't get mad. I just looked at them calmly. I remembered clearly. Xiao Qiang, destroyed by partying, currently had gonorrhea and prostatitis. Li Man, popping diet pills to stay skinny, was perfectly healthy. Zhao Qiang, getting soaked in the rain will be good for your prostate. As for you, Li Man, stay healthy. Whatever you do, don't get sick. Freak! Zhao Qiang cursed and dragged Li Man away. I ignored them and walked into a hardware store, slapped down $2 grand, grabbed a sharpened machete, and headed straight for the tallest clock tower in the city center. I kicked open the door to the top floor and stood on the rooftop overlooking the city. My heart was racing. Not from nerves, but the viruses inside me sensed something and started going wild. My vision blurred. My throat felt like I'd swallowed hot coals. 11:59. The sky went dark without warning. Not from clouds. The entire sky turned a sickening dark red, like heaven got stabbed, and was bleeding pus. What is that? Look, why's the sky turning red? Is it gonna rain? The streets erupted in chaos. Car horns blared. Parents outside the exam hall looked up in terror, pointing. 12 more sharp. Drip. A raindrop hit my cheek. Scalding hot, thick, reeking of metal. Then torrential blood rain poured down like a broken dam, crashing onto the city. Screams of agony erupted from every corner of the city. Blood rain on healthy people? Nothing happened. But anyone with even the slightest illness, inflammation, or even just a small cut, the moment the blood touched them, their bodies violently mutated. I stood on top of the tower, arms spread wide, letting the blood rain pour over me. Body burning, my brain felt like it got sledgehammered. Then 18 completely different, violently powerful energies exploded through every part of my body. Ding detected multiple pathogens in host body. Apocalypse mutation initiated. Rabies virus detected. Mutating. Ability awakened. Berserker's blood. Ebola virus detected. Mutating. Ability awakened. Blood sovereign. Bone cancer cells detected. Mutating. Ability awakened. Bone pulse. Notifications kept flooding my mind. The pain was unbearable. My skin split open. Blood gushed out. Then the Ebola ability sucked it back in. My bones made sickening crunching sounds as they shattered and reformed. Sharp white bone spikes burst through my spine, elbows and knuckles piercing through my skin into the air. These 18 terminal diseases, catalyzed by the blood rain, tried to tear my body to shreds, each fighting for dominance. Just as my body was about to explode, the final notification came. HIV detected. Mutating. Core ability awakened. Immune devour. Completely destroying and reconstructing host immune system. Forcibly merging all viral abilities. Can evolve infinitely by devouring other mutants' essence. The raging energy instantly calmed down. HIV's immune devour was like a tyrant, forcefully suppressing rabies' rage, Ebola's bloodlust, and cancer's infinite growth, perfectly fusing them together. I slowly opened my eyes. My once black pupils now glowed deep crimson. I lightly clenched my fist. The air cracked with a sharp pop. Power! Unprecedented power! I could hear a rat gnawing on wires half a mile away. I could feel the blood flowing through every living thing below the tower. I looked down at the plaza. The apocalypse had fully begun. Zhao Qiang, who mocked me earlier, was now on his knees screaming like a pig. His gonorrhea went berserk from the blood rain. His lower body sprouted disgusting pustules. The pustules burst, spraying green acid that melted nearby people into puddles of blood. He screamed in terror, not realizing he'd become a monster. Li Man, the perfectly healthy girl, was now like a terrified quail, running through the chaos, face full of despair. She realized she hadn't changed at all, while the sick people she looked down on were turning into gods and demons. A fat guy with a bad cold spewed a 50-foot flame dragon that burned straight through a bus. A bullied kid with pink eye shot crimson laser beams from his eyes, slicing telephone poles in half like butter. But most people, unable to handle the mutation pain, lost their minds, turning into tumor-covered blood zombies that only knew killing and feeding. The massacre in the plaza had begun. I pulled out the machete, the ordinary metal blade, with just a thought. My arm bones rapidly spread out, wrapping around it, forming a 5-foot bone blade covered in barbs. On the blade, black toxic mist from lung cancer mutation swirled. Let the show begin. I grinned and launched myself forward. The rabies' explosive power shot me like a cannonball off the tower dozens of feet high. Boom! I crashed into the center of the plaza. The asphalt cracked into a 10-foot crater. Debris shot out like bullets, blowing holes through the heads of charging blood zombies. The massive impact instantly drew every person and monster's attention. Li Man was cornered by a monster with tentacles and pustules for legs. I looked closer. It was Zhao Qiang. He'd completely lost his mind. His gonorrhea ability spiraled out of control. Now he just wanted fresh meat. Babe, it's me, Nana. Don't come closer.